Hey guys, if you enjoy memes make sure to check out our other channel, link is in the description. What was the best climax you've ever had? When my wife was pregnant she was really sick for the first like 3 to 4 months. When she started to feel better she was very flirty and touchy, but I hadn't really been expecting coitus considering she had always been sick up to this point. Got home from work one day, kissed her, talked for a minute, and went to hop in the shower. She comes in and joins me, which wasn't abnormal, we showered together often. But when we got out and dried off she started going down on me, and we took it to the floor with her on top. To cut a long story short, we rolled around and boned on the bathroom floor. We hadn't had coitus in months, and with her riding me, no protection, I exploded in her not once but twice, one after the other. I've never been able to have 2 explosions in a row like that before and haven't since. It was insane. My wife was going on a trip and convinced me not to tickle the pickle the entire time she was gone. She was 10 days. We ducked the day she got back, and I was able to go back to back. The second climax was the best. I thought back to back was some sort of position and was trying to visualize how that worked. LMAO. I just started taking Wellbutrin. I went to see my FWB. She wasn't up for coitus, but was down for a HJ/BJ. Well, she starts going at it, and I feel a build up like never before. Eventually I reach climax, and it was amazing. Not the best but really good. For some reason she keep going. She keeps jerking me good. Now, you know how a girl reacts when you overstimulate her lady part? That was me. I was bucking my hick, trying to push her hand away, but she wouldn't quit. Within a minute, I came again. But this was different. This was something else. My whole body seemed to climax at the same time. I felt such a powerful climax I was speechless. It was phenomenal. I was in such bliss/shock my FWB asked me if I was okay. All I could mutter was an aha. My fog finally cleared up after 5 minutes and I could form a sentence. And I told her that it was the best I'd ever had. I've been chasing it ever since. It's a high that I may never get again. Also, tickling the pickle is really good on Wellbutrin as well, but I guess I built up a hell of a tolerance because it's not as good anymore. I went 45 days without a nut. When I finally broke down and rubbed one out it lasted forever and came out thick as shiz, like toothpaste. 9 out of 10 dentists recommend. I've talked about this before on Reddit, but once I was having coitus with my girlfriend after taking a shower and I had water stuck in my ear. At the exact same time as I came my ear popped and I felt washed over by such a bizarre and amazing combination of sensations. It's really hard to describe how good this ear climax felt, truly ineffable. I've tried many times since then to replicate this, but have not been successful so far. I like to think about you before coitus filling your ear up with water. Hang on honey, just need a top up. Was staying over at the house of the girl I was dating at the time. I was super tired. I stayed over there all the time, so I was pretty comfortable there. So I said I was gonna go to her bed and get some sleep. She said she'd be up in a while and wanted to finish a book she was reading. I went upstairs and laid on the bed. Was really tired, so I didn't even bother undressing. Just sort of passed out on my back. Woke up to her unzipping my pants with her teeth and then proceeding to blow me. Then after a bit she turned around, reached over to a bag on the floor by the bed, grabbed protection, and put it on me. Then she climbed on top and rode me to climax. It was the first time I had ever just laid there completely at the mercy of a woman, as I was caught half asleep and totally off guard, and something about it was just ridiculously hot. That was like 14 years ago, and I still think about it sometimes. Edit. Just to be clear, everything was consensual here. Met a guy who was gentle but rough all at the same time. He knew how to kiss my neck softly to get me in the mood, but then he also knew when it was time to push me down on the bed and use his mouth in other places. He was perfectly sized for me, so it already felt better than any other man had in the past. But the best thing about him was he just knew what to do. I didn't have to tell him anything. He would lick my lady part while pleasuring me, my favorite cause it gets the job done quick for me, and I didn't even tell him that, and he positioned himself so that his arms held my legs back while he was inside me. I'm a big girl, and usually I'm forced to hold my legs up, which becomes exhausting and makes it hard to focus on the pleasure. He would duck me, then eat me, then repeat over and over again until I couldn't speak. Then when he came, he said, "I'm not done with you yet," and he ate it again. First and only man to ever do such wonderful things to me. I ducking miss him. I'd marry him if I could.